David here. Welcome to Wine Tasting Destinations, where I drink wine and talk about my wine tasting adventures. This episode will be visiting Sutter Creek, California, the jewel of the Motherlode. So grab a glass of wine and let's uncork this destination. Sutter Creek, California, found in the Sierra Nevada foothills, is just about an hour from Sacramento, just under 2.5 hours from San Francisco, and is within California's Sierra Foothills wine region, as well as the Amador County Wine Country. The town is named after a nearby creek, which is also named after an early California developer, John Sutter. During the California Gold Rush, Sutter Creek became a destination for fortune hunters, eventually building a post office in 1852 and then becoming a town in 1854. Walking through Sutter Creek, you really feel like you're in the Old West. It has that old gold mine town feel. There are many historic buildings, and the entire town itself is registered as a California Historic Landmark. This is another great wine tasting destination if you just want to walk around and not have to worry about driving anywhere. There are over 10 wine tasting rooms right along Main Street, but you're also a short drive away from Shenandoah Valley, as well as the rest of Amador County Wine Country's 40-plus wineries. Honestly, Sutter Creek reminded me a lot of Murphy's, California, which I visited in a prior video. Definitely check it out. They had over 25 wine tasting rooms in their downtown. So this trip, I was actually able to plan in advance. Stephen and I were able to book a super sweet bed and breakfast called Hanford House Inn. Each morning, we woke up to breakfast scones, and then we had a personalized breakfast brought to us at a specific time. It was delicious. And for $185 a night, Stephen and I would definitely stay there again. Other places you have to choose from to stay right in downtown are the Sutter Creek Inn, as well as Hotel Sutter. So there really aren't that many options right in downtown for Sutter Creek for places to eat, so I definitely recommend planning ahead as well as making reservations. Or you could always plan to do takeout and eat in your hotel. Stephen and I were able to eat at 2 places while we were in Sutter Creek. First was Cavanna's Pub and Grill. It was a very cute place, and they had awesome burgers. Another place we ate was Hotel Sutter. It was actually pretty cold the night that we were there, so we opted to do New York steaks to go. They were so good. So many wineries to choose from, but so little time. While we were there, we went to 3 different wineries. Serafina Cellars. Only an 11-minute drive from Hanford House Inn, this was the perfect place to start our wine tour. The vineyard was adorable. They had 4 different flights to choose from. Flight of Mischief, $5 for a selection of 6 wines of red, white, and sweet. Flight of Shenanigans, $10 for a selection of red wines dating from 2014 to 2017. Flight of Tomfoolery, $5 for a selection of 6 hard ciders. And finally, Flight of Anarchy, $10 for a selection of 8 wines from any of the flights. Of course, this is what Stephen and I went with. I had a selection of their white wines as well as a couple of their hard ciders. I thought their 2018 Pinot Grigio was fantastic. 1850 Cellars. Just a few steps off Main Street, this was a small winery with lots of outdoor seating. For a tasting fee of $5, I was able to taste 8 different wines, from Sauvignon Blanc to Malbec to Barbera to Zinfandel to Petite Syrah, but my favorite of the bunch was their GSM. Finally, Bella Grace Vineyards. This 1860s era house was absolutely adorable. They had a nice outdoor seating area with heaters, which I was super thankful for because I get really cold. We had 2 flights to choose from, the Fun and the Bold. The Bold was straight red wines from the Primitivo to the Reserve Petite Syrah. The Fun flight, which is what I had, started with a Chardonnay. It included a Rosé Spumante, their 2016 Estate Zinfandel, which was my favorite, and also included their 2016 Reserve Petite Syrah. all were very good. Sutter Creek is an adorable gold mining town, and I think it's a perfect day trip or a short weekender. If you want to explore more of Amador Wine Country, I recommend you do an extended weekend. That way you can make your way up to Shenandoah Valley and visit the 40+ wineries that Amador County has to offer. Have you visited any of those wineries? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. As always, I place links to all the places I visited, as well as the Sutter Creek website in the description bar below. Over the next few months, I plan to visit the Sonoma and Napa Valley regions, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so that way you get notified of the next episode. Until next time, cheers!